going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S. Part of Den Media Group. On the road, because that's basically what my life has been in Q1 of 2025. I'm trying to continue to bring good stories and bring good content and bring good stuff going on, man. Another crazy happened. Just hope everybody's enjoying their spring break. Couple housekeeping things that we're going to have to continue to do as we're trying to grow the channel. The goal is to get to 10,000 subs by the beginning of football season. So give a little housekeeping details here. Please go and enjoy it on X, but please go enjoy it on the YouTube. So the X is growing. We would love for you guys to be able to come on there. Be a subscriber. We also have membership levels. We will be actively doing more for members in there. That's where we do the fantasy football. We currently, I got to do it myself. I don't know how many people are actually doing it right now, but for members, we currently do have our March Madness not tournament. What do you call it? Brackets. So you could go do that. Win $100 if you win it. Overall, we get fantasy football. We have pick them during football season. But once we get to 10,000 members, we will give away a pair of season tickets to your favorite football team, which more than likely should be the Noles. If not, it's not the end of the world. We'll still hook you up. I'm trying to find where the hell is this thing at. Oh, all right. I want to see who else in the tournament challenge. See if we have any. You have one more. You have until 12:15 tomorrow, I guess, before you're out of time. How many people are in this group? Do we have anybody that's signed up? Oh, yeah, we got quite a few. Shout out to Butler, Tank, Baker, Wolf, Walker, and McKinney. All are signed up. All are right now we have 7. We can take as many as we can. But again, a sub doesn't hurt. Membership helps. Most of the proceeds that go on this YouTube channel go toward the MFTK Foundation. Obviously, we just got done with wrapping up our 7-on-7 season, gearing into the book bag drive. We just added another stop to the book bag drive. More than likely, we will be in Orlando, July 19th, Tampa, July 20th, Tallahassee, Florida for my community give back weekend for my birthday is on July 26th. I will actually be out there moving packs for my birthday. The 27th, we'll have my 6th annual football camp in Tallahassee. And then whatever the next weekend, we'll be doing it in Jacksonville. So that's a big thing. My goal is to give 6,000 bags away this year. That's going to cost close to anywhere between $65,000 to $75,000. So we're going to have to raise that bread up, impact the communities. But again, so when you subscribe, you watch, you share, you like, that all goes toward that cause. Even if you don't like me, if you like the kids, it helps go towards that. Trying to think any other announcements. Outside of that, Big Game Gridiron, want to get that to over 1,000 subs. The goal is next year to be streaming 1 to 2 prep games from different channels. I really want to be able to do that. The website's getting revamped. I want to be able to go and put out really great content. Really be able to have local sports be seen on a different level. So with that being said, we got to start our day off. Those are really good goals. And from what people tell me is that you got to have a higher power with you when you're trying to reach some big goals, especially when they're lofty. But let's go ahead and get that prayer in. Miles, I think you're playing it. But it's not coming through. It's like it's coming on your side. I can faintly hear it.
Oh, really? Ooh. 1 second. I swear, it was 1 second. Let's try again. If not, I'll do that. Maybe it's the
while Miles is getting that fixed, if everybody right now could just do me one solid, make sure you only got 2 likes. So make sure you stop, push the like button, then take this, share it on your take the YouTube, share it on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, put it in your IG story, tell a friend to tell a friend, kind of help build that buzz, or even just retweet the the X link, which I'm about to do myself. You already know what time it is, God. God, thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great all the time. But yeah, you fucking wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's always fun. That's gonna be the funniest thing ever to me until it's not. Um, hold on. All right, Jaden, what we got for today?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
All right, so good morning, y'all. Wednesday, March 19th, Big Games B.S. bringing the good, the bad, and the BS in the sports world. Today, got no FSU news, but we're staying in the college world first. Got a quick Fran Brown clip. If you don't know who Fran Brown is, he is the head coach for Syracuse football. And he just had a clip describing how important the team is to him and the off field success is for their program. Then we're going to get into the EA Sports Cover NIL opt-in price for the EA College Football 2026. Talk about some schools that reach the college football playoff and March Madness. Talk about some running backs in this upcoming draft class. And then we're going to make the March Madness women's bracket today. So on Monday's show, we did the men's bracket. So now we can do the women's bracket through the same website. Then we got go into the NFL, transitioning into two NILs, Knowles in the league, Jared versus Keon Coleman. Then there's some news out of Philadelphia with Brandon Graham retiring, Lane Johnson getting an extension as well. Then we're going to discuss some of the most impactful players in Philadelphia history. Next, heading over to Cincinnati, do a little recap of some of the contract extension post videos. And we're going to talk about the Browns' new stadium plans / renovation. Going to the Vikings, some talks about JJ McCarthy, excuse me. Then we're going down to Dallas. There's some talks with Micah Parsons as well. Then we're gonna go onto our big games BS segment. We have a little March Madness style bracket, if you will. Kendrick Perkins taking the L to Shannon Sharp on TV. Just hilarious and the Breakfast Club beef, and Kanye hit an all-time high yesterday or recently with his post. So we're gonna discuss a little bit about that, not too much into details. But first things first, we got this Fran Brown video right here. We'll share with you all. So what this video discuss is that every Wednesday from 2:30 to 3, Fran Brown's team is working on financial literacy, and every player will have an LLC. All the players that left, they'll be coming back, and that's how you build a program, not just a
From 2:30 to 3 o'clock, our players are doing financial literacy. So there's students coming in and they teach us 2 to 3 things. I don't want the guys to get too much more because sometimes information overload and our guys are like, okay, I'm worried about practice right now. So we give them 2 to 3 things and I'll ask those questions so we can touch base on it to know it. So like our players will all have LLCs, right? We're trying to teach them to be able to go do all the right things so that they can be super successful, whether they make it to the NFL or not, right? They'll be successful in life because they were on a football team, right? They'll be successful. Successful for me growing up, a young kid going to college as a freshman. I get to know like who runs the bank. Like that's not normal, right? So now you get to do different things, and we want to expose them to all of this stuff so that way, when the next people come in, I want to make sure that we leave this way better than we found it, so they understand how Syracuse get that good. because Community Bank decided to step up and go do this. Myers Creek decided to do certain things when it came to SU football NIL, and then the players just started to come and they educate their players. So now all those players that left, they're always coming back, right? And that's how you build a program and not just a football team.
That's some good stuff right there. I mean, I don't want to sound like the person that. All right, so a lot of emphasis is on financial literacy, right? One thing I always want to do is make sure we're looking at the correct definition. Can somebody Google and put up what financial literacy actually is? If y'all don't mind, or in the comments, because we can get this chat active, which helps the algorithm. What do y'all think financial literacy is? Like, and because maybe that can help me with a lot of this stuff too. So in the chat, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter, tell me what you guys think financial literacy is. This is the beautiful thing about AI. All right, go ahead and read that off for us, Jaden.
Financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, saving, borrowing, and investing to make informed financial decisions.
And so, one, the more detailed breakdown is understanding financial concepts. That was on there. Personal financial management. Yeah, we go through that. Saving, investing, borrowing, and debt management. Making informed decisions. A lot of this stuff that people say is financial management is active and requires active application, and it's a journey. A journey in which it's cruel to tell somebody to be more financially literate when they don't even have the means to even be because literate means basically what do you call it? Literate in its literal term is to be able to read, but being able to, like, I don't even have a book, a worksheet. So NIL helps get money. You can help guys budget, but I have a good friend, the guy who I worked with lacrosse. He makes $1 million. He's a multimillionaire. And he said, do you know when he learned how to budget $500,000? When he made $500,000. Do you know when he learned how to budget $1 million? Is when he made $1 million. And what happens is he was around, you start getting in circles, and you start getting around people who give you advice based upon what they've gotten, and you start making moves. A 30-minute class on Wednesday, while I love, is a gesture and it's symbolic. But at some point, that's a very African-American thing. Symbolism means a lot to us in the community for whatever reason. But at some point, we got to get past symbolism and start focusing on, like, actually how to make these kids wealthy, generationally wealthy. You know how you do that? Partner them with the boosters. See, the problem is these guys, people want to do shit that just make you feel good. It's not about a book bag drive. You know what I mean? It's not about one book bag drive. It's not about one football camp. It's about eventually having to have somebody actively go in there and show people a different way. Show people something that's like how you can make money. If you have I'll use one of the University of Florida's recruiting strategies, which I actually think is pretty good, is actively having their boosters go out and talk to some of the people that they're trying to bring in. When you have a guy, if you want to be in construction and you have a guy who runs a $500 million a year construction company, that's the guy that you want to listen to about financial advice. I don't want to listen to the guy who's getting some money off of me buying insurance from him. That's not who I want. It's like right now, if you had a chance to, one of Prime's, Deion Sanders' biggest things is, you know why you want to go play for Deion Sanders? Because he was fucking Deion Sanders. That's why you want to play for Deion Sanders. You know why you want to play for Kirby Smart? Because Kirby Smart is actively putting people in the league. You want to take advice from people who are actually doing the things that you want to do. Everything else is a theory. if it's not coming from somebody who's actively participating in these things. So again, it's a good gesture. I would argue, let's take it another step. Let's take it one step further because we can take it another step further. Anything outside of that is just being lazy. But kudos to Fran Brown trying to do things differently, and I do appreciate that. Oh, Jaden, we do have one bit of FSU news. Tony Carter just took a head coaching job. I think it's at Wilberforce College or something like that. He's it's an HBCU in Ohio. So shout out to my former team. My teammate is coaching. So but again, I just saw that. Going back though, kudos to Fran Brown for trying to do something different. But let's stop having the same tied financial literacy conversation. Show them how to let me meet the people who are putting the $20 million into our NIL deal. Like that's who I want to meet. A pro example. That's why Golden State was able to get players for years on a little bit less money than other people because their owner was connected into Napa Valley, into the tech world. So what he would do is he would make sure that they got the opportunities to invest in tech. That's how you make stuff go. Appreciate that, Matt. But we gotta put people up on game. If you one of the things game for me, right? So I own two. Well, I was dumb and I got rid of them or got put in a bad spot, but I own 2 Bitcoin. I don't know what the fuck to do with them, but I own 2 Bitcoin. I bought the Bitcoin when it was $2,000 because somebody educated me, put me on game, and I had disposable income at that point. So, like, again, telling people, like, hey, like, you're not, I'm just going to tell you guys, you're not going to save your way into financial freedom. But if you can figure out how to live, like just really reduce your means for a little bit, you can stack money that you can be able to invest and you can be able to do some things differently. But, I digress. But I want these young men to make money, but I want these young men because I'm telling you, man, there's new age, boy. Y'all better pull your resources, man. Go read a book called Powernomics by Claude Anderson. And some of y'all might want to really look into polygamy. It ain't just about sex when you actually look at the math behind it. It ain't just about having multiple partners. It's really about pulling resources in, man. And some of y'all looking to get divorces, brother, that rent is way too fucking high. If they ain't beating you or mentally abusing you, you might want to stay until you can get your bread up. Because you're going to have to get a roommate anyway.
So with March Madness happening and the college football playoff season coming to an end, these are the 5 teams that have reached the college football playoff and the NCAA tournament this year. So some notable schools obviously on this list: Oregon Ducks, Clemson Tigers, Texas Longhorns, the Georgia Bulldogs, and you got the Tennessee Volunteers. So shout out to these teams right here, getting that chance to be able to get into both of the upper echelon placements in the college sports world. Next, speaking of college football, we have some breaking news from the EA Sports world. So EA Sports will pay players $1,500 each in NIL for college football 26 compared to 2025's $600. And obviously getting this boost right here. Excuse me, right quick. This $900 boost. And James, what do you think about them getting this $900 increase for the EA Sports college football? Do you think this is still small amount of money, even though there's a lot of players in the game, or how do you navigate this increase in money?
I think this is about closer to where it needed to be. 600 was entirely too low. I think you do need to have different brackets and different tiers. Obviously, and then what I would really like to see in this deal is something in again, one of those words, in perpetuity. Because you can keep playing this game. They're gonna eventually go back to the all-star teams. What can you do to keep me on this, forever. Like, but $1,500, to be in the game, I think that's fair. I think that's more than fair. I think you should max out at about 3,000 because at a certain. But the crazy part is they can pay the kids whatever they want. Up the price. You know what I'm doing in a minute. As soon as they release it, I'm not only buying the game, I'm buying the Madden combo pack that allows me to get both games early. I was already ready to pay $150 and $200 just for NCAA last year. So for them to add that extra shit in there, I was cool with it.
Next thing we're going to transition into is some running back talk. So just to jog our memory of the running backs that have been drafted in the previous 4 NFL drafts, we got a picture right here per Fox College Football. So we take some notable names, obviously from 2021 to 2024. 2021, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, some famous names on there. 2022, Breece Hall on the New York Jets now. James Cook obviously balling for the Buffalo Bills. 2023, Bijan Robinson killing it in Atlanta in the Dirty Birds. Jahmyr Gibbs doing his thing for the Detroit Lions. And last year, FSU's own Trey Benson. And then you got Blake Corum as well. So I mentioned this list to bring up this list right here to see, James, your top running backs that you think will be drafted. So here's a list by former Jacksonville Jaguar Maurice Jones-Drew, and this is his ranking of the top running backs in this year's draft class. Number 1, we got Ashton Jeanty. Number 2, we got Travion Henderson coming from OSU. And number 3, this one was, I thought that it was pretty, it had a lot of discourse behind it. Cam Scatterbo over Quinshawn Judkins. Then you got DJ Giddens coming in at 5. Then you got RJ Harvey. Omarion Hampton at 7, and Trevor Etienne, Basul Tutton, and Woody Marks. So, James, from this list right here, or from your own list, what changes would you make for the running backs that you think would get drafted this year?
Buddy from Oklahoma State got to be on there, man. He just had a bad year. I think that's a big mistake.
Ollie Gordon.
Yeah. I think we're getting too much into name value, name brand of the schools. I think Quinshawn Judkins is if I'm looking at who I'm going to draft on the NFL team, this might come back to kill me one day, but I'm taking Judkins over Henderson. Ohio State did not have 2 NFL running backs. top 10 NFL quality running backs. RJ Harvey combines the size and speed. Omarion Hampton is clearly one of the better running backs. Tootin from Virginia Tech gives me qualities, but I like him where he's ranked at right now because that means he could be a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I'm not getting anything from USC. And anybody who's watched this show enough knows that I'm a big Ashton Jeanty fan. And I like Scatterboo, but I'm trying to figure out if racism is why I like Scatterboo. And I know people probably listen to that and don't even understand the context of that comment. But racism being one thing I love me a white running back. I am the one thing that was the most disappointing thing about this combine is I didn't walk away with one exciting white. I need an exciting white. And Cam Scatterboo is the close because did we find has he run his 40 yet?
I haven't seen any information from Arizona State's pro day.
They've had their pro day, right?
Let me double check on that.
But I just he's the type of running back that's going now he ain't gonna know his name at the end of his career, not in his career, end of his life, but everybody's gonna love him. But he sometimes he's a blind dog in a meat house. I hope he's not like how I used to call Leonard Fournette. We call Leonard Fournette wrong hole Lenny. Lenny just gonna jam it up in that hole, and whatever that hole is, that's the right hole for him that day. You hope that he gets a little bit better. But that running back list is is okay. The crazy part is the one thing that was consistent about the top 5 backs that were drafted before that we saw in there is only 2 of them are going to work. Like, that's the craziest thing. We will all make these analysis and these picks for only 2 of these guys to work. Like, and so, more often than not, the guys that you thought were going to be sure things are the ones that won't work. Like I'll be honest with you. If you would have told me that at similar points in their career that little brother James Cook would have a better career than the big bro Dalvin Cook, I would have told you that you were smoking crack. And I know Jaguar fans hate when I say real shit, but as for a guy who suffered for 4 years with Travis Etienne, if you would have told me that this would only be what his career looked like with the Jags, I would have told you that you're crazy. He's going to come in and kill it. So that gives me hope for Trevor. So I mean, if Trevor Etienne is like James Cook, then he'll be fine. So shout out to everybody in the chat while we're getting something going. Shout out Primetime Mac, Andre. You know I'm gonna be up in Charleston, baby, in a couple weeks. Actually, not even a couple weeks. Next weekend, I'll be in Charleston. You know where I'm going. Give me a bucket of chicken for $6. And I'm probably gonna go to one of the best adult chicken wing establishments in America. Is located in Charleston.
Nice. So I know you had a question about the Arizona State Pro Day. So I got this pulled up for you right here. So the Big 12 is hosting a joint pro day featuring prospects from multiple schools. Arizona, we talked about Tetairoa McMillan, T-Mac, him running the 4.4840. Arizona State, Baylor, BYU, UCF, Cincinnati, Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech, Utah, and West Virginia. And this joint pro day is going to be at the Star in Frisco, Texas from yesterday to the March 21st date. So we will be on the lookout for information regarding some key players on the lookout for, such as Scatabo. And we got to talk about this March Madness score from last night before we get into James's curation of the women's bracket. So this was part of the first 4 games. North Carolina played San Diego State, and it was nothing short of a blowout. So if you guys see right here, UNC beat San Diego State by a 27-point lead, and there's a lot of discourse surrounding UNC and them not being able to make it to the tournament, them not having the right to be in the playoffs. And you obviously have West Virginia suing because they felt like they were rightfully wronged by not being in the brackets. But they had this 27-point victory against San Diego State yesterday, and this game was over at halftime. And man, just crazy way to start off the March Madness episode for 2025.
The caption is crazy. Not our night. Thanks for your support all season long, Aztec Nation. That's what they put. I'm like, yeah, a little bit more than not just your night, but I get it. So, hey, man, same capacity you have to give an ass whooping, you got to be able to take it.
For sure. And speaking of March Madness, James, I know you are excited to curate this March Madness bracket for the women's side of basketball. Monday show, we did the men's side. So now you have a chance to curate your own women's tournament challenge bracket here on ESPN once again. So we'll have the same format as Monday show. We'll start from the left side, go to the right, then move down to the other regions. So first things first, we're going to start with the left side, UCLA versus University of San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. UCSD. Yep, University of San Diego. So
upsets happening, man. There's only like 6 really good women's basketball teams. So I'm gonna go with UCLA. I ain't gonna pretend to know much about them, but I believe in them. I'm gonna stick with the ACC here. We're gonna go with Tech, Ole Miss, Baylor's always good. Oh, you know I'm going with Nice and the home team. Gotta love that. Oh no! Oh, you kidding me, dog? LSU. Fuck. I'm gonna go with the smart broads. Harvard, NC State. What's wrong with the Wolfpack? I'm gonna go with UCLA again. Baylor. I'm gonna be a homer. I'm going Florida State here. NC State. I'm gonna go with Baylor. I'm going Florida State. Oh, and Baylor's gonna beat us. Oh yeah, you know what I'm going with, man. There ain't even no question. I can tell you they're going all the way. This is an unapologetic Don Staley fan account. I'm gonna go with the Mormons. With Utah, these girls been soaked real good. We're gonna go with Bama, Maryland. The ladies gonna look out for the guys in West Virginia, North Carolina, Oregon, and the Dukies. South Carolina. I'm gonna go Bama. Carolina, Duke, South Carolina, and Duke. Yeah, South Carolina. Oh, the Fighting Jujus, the pineapple bun on the run. Slavery school, Mississippi State, Kansas State, Kentucky, Iowa, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, UConn, Juju, K-State, Iowa, UConn, Juju, Iowa, Juju, Texas, Creighton, Tennessee, Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame,
Think, Miles, think.
Louisville, TCU, Texas, Ohio State, Catholics, Christians, Texas, Notre Dame. And I'm going to go Notre Dame. Yeah, Miles? Ooh, man. Yeah.
Hey, y'all hear me? Ain't no way.
I think your mic's on, Miles. Damn, well, I don't know which one to go. I'm going to go Damn, I want to go with Don, but Notre Dame coach fine. We'll go with Don. And I'm just rolling with Juju because I like Juju. And South Carolina winning. They got the more strong face women. That's what I'm rolling with.
There you have it.
I would do a women's tournament, but I have absolutely no idea what's going on there. And I'm not finna just give away. This is where I run a nonprofit. What does it say? I run a nonprofit, not a charity. I ain't just giving money away. That's no. But I don't have absolutely no idea. I've watched very little women's basketball, but I've watched more women's basketball than men's. I can tell you that much.
There you have it. You got South Carolina, the number 1 seed, playing and defeating USC in the championship in Tampa, Florida on April 6th to be the National Women's Championship for the 2025 season. And huge shout out to the ESPN app for March Madness for having this bracket where we can adjust and make our own in hopes of seeing a W. So first things first, we're going to transition into the NFL. And we got some funny NIL moments, noise in the league. Keon Coleman strikes again, folks. So what we have here is a video of Keon explaining what dinner was like at Josh Allen's house. And I know y'all are going to find this hilarious. So I'm going to share this tab with you all. And please enjoy a quick laugh from James's son. Alleged son, excuse me.
I'm claiming him.
So the first time he invited me to dinner at this place, I don't even know what this was the woman cooked. It was like we was eating onions, fish, and bread. I was like, this is like the stuff Jesus fed the people in the little children book. You know, like the little children books they give you? Like that's what that looked like. I said, man, what is this, bro? So the first time he invited me to
He reminds me of this kid that coached Drake that's at UF right now. So Drake had this big old chain on. And it's if anybody watched, over the summer, a lot of Christians were upset, were in an uproar because they felt it was a mockery of the depiction of the Last Supper, which I tell a lot of them, I was like, you realize none of those men were white in that supper. So even the painting is fake. You're mad about a fake depiction that might not have happened. I'm not here for that, but I'm just saying if it did happen, they didn't look like the people in that painting. So either way. Well, Drake has a chain, and the chain has the picture in there. And I'm like, dang, okay, Drake, good. I see what you got. He said, yeah, coach, I gotta rock this, man. I was like, do you know what you're wearing? He said, yeah, it's called Sunday Supper. I said, excuse me? He's like, yeah, I'm rocking the Sunday Supper chain. I said, Sunday Supper? Son, the fuck you talking about? And he was dead serious. He thought that thing was he thought the Last Supper was called Sunday Supper. And so that just reminds me just the purity of some of these young kids. But Keon just needs to have people just follow him around and just get his opinion on random stuff. I would listen to it. I mean, he needs to be paid for that. I don't know if by the time he's done playing, if he'll be one of those guys that will get an analyst spot, but I do want to hear what he has to say. Kind of like Marshawn Lynch. I be wanting to hear what Marshawn Lynch has to say. So, Keon will be up there like that. Marshawn Lynch is my spirit animal, and Keon might be my son. Excuse me. I'm sorry that Drake didn't sign with Florida State. Florida State didn't recruit Drake. And I'm just being honest with you.
So we got this NIL notes in the league continuation section right here with Jared Verse. So Jared Verse got a letter from a 65-year-old Eagles fan who became a new Jared Verse fan after he saw him help up a cameraman on the sideline and flatten Jordan Mailata. So we're going to read this right here. So this was written on November 27th, 2024, after the Rams played the Eagles in the NFC playoffs. So to Jared, hello from a Philadelphia Eagles fan and a 66-year-old one at that. I was watching the Eagles-Rams game and saw you help a knocked over cameraman, really help him, and then made sure he was okay. I've watched way too much football in my day, and that very atypical. So I thought, quote, who is this guy? I watch your play the rest of the game. No news to you, but you are an amazing player, and I wish we had you in Philly. Later on, I saw you flatten 350-pound Jordan Mailata on the Eagles O-line. Crazy. Went on the wiki and saw your background. Impressive. So, Merry Christmas and wishing you and the Rams well. Hope to see you in the playoffs. Good luck and good health. I'll be following you from now on. So this is before their playoff game when they faced each other. But Jared Verse put this on his Instagram story and said, guess I should have opened this before the game. Hope you still a fan. What do you think about this letter, James, to Jared Verse?
I think, when in the grand scheme of things, what people normally get, this shows this is great. You can be a fan of another team and still give props. I think in this day and age, people have forgotten to just be able, you don't have to be a hater. Like, there's a lot of flavors on that hit the palate of your tongue, and salty is not one that you should just shoot. Salty or sour are not ones you should just wake up and choose. Like, I love that from this older gentleman talking to a young man. He used the word atypical in there. I like when people use big words in the right context, but like, Jared, what if Jared didn't know what that is? It could have been like Kevin Hart on a 40-year-old version. See, you're throwing around big words, and I don't know what that means, so I'm assuming that's disrespectful. But it was very respectful, and I like that for him. Jared is a good person. I wonder can you pull up Jared's versus Wikipedia? Because I'm trying to, if you've watched this channel a year ago, actually, we did FSU's Pro Day. I met Jared's people. Phenomenal people. Jared is not some fucking gangbanger. So, everybody automatically assumes that every football player comes from a one-parent household, terrible people. Like, he's from Dayton, Ohio. Just a really good – they don't talk much about his – he's a really good kid. So, I be wondering when people say, I looked you up, I was expecting you to be, an abandoned orphan. And been arrested numerous times, but it seems like you're a pretty clean-cut person. And I think that's where people got to just kind of chill out. But, obviously him leaving Albany, coming to Florida State and continuing to be a really, really good football player means a lot. But he did fuck that Eagles offensive lineman up. He fucked him up in the playoff game too.
Yeah, he messed up a lot of people's offensive lineup this season, getting that 2025 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. So shout out to Jared. And speaking of the Eagles, we have some news from the Eagles organization, and a legend has officially retired. So Eagles defensive end Brandon Graham announces his retirement from the NFL after 15 seasons. So some facts about Brandon. Played 15 seasons with the Eagles, tied for the most in franchise history. 206 regular season games played, the most in franchise history. 2-time Super Bowl champion, and he has 76.5 regular season sacks, third in franchise history. Then you see a picture right here, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Jalen Hurts and Brandon Graham. Jalen has the 1-5 right here with his fingers, signifying the 15 season that Brandon Graham played with the Eagles. So, James, how hard of a hit will the Eagles take with Brandon Graham's retirement?
I mean, they'll get younger, but that experience, man. And one thing about pro sports is, yes, youth and speed will always be there, but just knowing how to play the game will always give you a little bit more of an edge. So That'd be tough. But one thing I'll say is the Eagles know how to pick them, man. So I fully expect to be out in San Francisco next year, and fully expect to see the Eagles. Yeah, fully expect to see them there still.
So we got some more Eagles news, just a continuation. And this is for Lane Johnson. So got to share this with you all right here. And the Eagles had a huge payday. 5-time All-Pro offensive tackle Lane Johnson has reworked his contract to add $8 million over the next 2 years and an additional $30 million in guarantees. The soon-to-be 35-year-old Johnson now will earn $48 million over the next 2 years, including $40 million guaranteed. So, James, I know we're talking about the youth movement that Philadelphia has, obviously having 8 draft picks in the first 3 rounds in the next 2 drafts. But how important is it for them to bring back Lane Johnson for that experience, like you previously mentioned?
Again, just knows the system, knows how to play, and can guide up and teach your guys how to do what they need to do. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. Again, you need to be able to give 3 seconds consistent. And with the quarterback and what they have, basically a true RPO type system, the Eagles are doing what's necessary. It's about having the best balance of old and new. You got to have a happy medium. And I think one of the problems is a lot of people don't know how to have that happy medium.
We got a list Twitter post right here. Still staying with the Eagles on this one. I'm excited to hear your opinion about this one, James. And what we will be discussing is the top 10 greatest players in Philadelphia team history. So
this is a disrespectful ass list. Oh, this is a disrespectful ass list. My bad. Go ahead. We'll talk about this.
So I'll read the names: Reggie White, Jalen Hurts, Brian Dawkins, Chuck Bednarik, Jason Kelsey, Nick Foles, Donovan McNabb, Steve Van Buren, Harold Carmichael, and Brandon Graham cracking the number 10 spot. James, I know you already gave your quick opinion on this, but let's dive deeper into why this list is disrespectful.
Where the fuck is Randall Cunningham? Like, Randall Cunningham was what made the Eagles spicy back in the day. My grandmother had a poster of Randall Cunningham in her room. Like, you can't just leave him out. Now, Reggie White, it's ironic, right? Because I know why Jalen and I know why Foles are there, right? Neither one of them, they brought you a Super Bowl. Foles, they brought you a Super Bowl, right? Foles didn't. Foles gave you 4 weeks. The playoffs was like 4 weeks, I believe they did it. He brought you a playoff worth of happiness, and then went elsewhere and didn't do anything. We know what Big Nick did here in Jacksonville. Nothing. Donovan McNabb took you to 3 straight NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl that if he was in shape, let T.O. tell it, you would have been able to, you would have won that. You should have beat the Patriots. Brian Dawkins should be up there where he's at. I think they're weighing a Super Bowl way heavier than actually what they brought to the city. Yeah, I don't really. I'm not. It's a lot of not revisionist, but a lot of being too focused on the present. But Reggie White didn't win it. Reggie White is probably the greatest one, but he didn't win a Super Bowl with him. He was just dominant. But for Randall Cunningham to not be on this list, really upsetting to me. Really upsetting to me.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to hear your opinion on this list as well. So we're going to transition into some of the notable players from the 2019 LSU squad, arguably one of the best college football teams of all time. I know that's up for debate, but here is a money move segment for today. These 4 players right here, you got Jamar, Joe, Justin, Derek, have over $666 million in contracts. So, man, these boys are getting paid. And yes, this is more than $500 million in NFL contracts coming from these 4 players right here. So, huge shout out to these guys right here and getting their money. Next, we're going to discuss some videos of Joe Burrow congratulating T. Higgins and Jamar Chase in the locker room after their press conference for their historic extension signings. And we're just going to share this with you all right here.
You might could fit them.
Big money in here right now. Big money.
If you
The
did, guys,
thing about money is it makes you can dress, you can wear whatever the fuck you want to wear when you're rich. Ain't no suits right there, baby. Good for them, man. I'm happy for those guys.
and if you guys didn't hear, Joe Burrow said there's a lot of money in here, and he is right. So continuing on that, here's a video of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins having their press conference, and how Jamar Chase is committing long term to the Bengals. He said, quote, "I like Cincinnati because it gives me the opportunity to focus. I'm not distracted. Food is not the best. We can work on that." So enjoy this video of Jamar Chase.
For me, I like Cincinnati because it gives me the opportunity to come here and focus. You know, I'm not distracted out here. It's not too many things to get me, off pace out here, and it's strictly what I'm focused on. That's really tunnel vision for me to play football. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the food's not the best. We could work on that, but I'm from New Orleans. I'm not used to the food yet. But, overall, I mean, honestly, I just think that's the biggest picture for me is that it's, I don't have no distractions here. I can just play football. And my quarterback's here. And T here. For me,
I mean, fair enough. I don't see the loss. Compared to New Orleans, most places food's gonna suck.
Yeah, from the reporters, I take it that the food really is mid out there in Cincinnati. So good. Congratulations to Jamar and T. Higgins again for getting them extensions. So we're going to stay in the AFC North with this one. And the Cleveland Browns are doing their thing. So here's a new look at the Cleveland Browns proposed stadium for $2.4 billion. So let us know what y'all think of this proposed stadium in the chat below, and please enjoy this video.
We got the renderings. So it's not going to be where it used to be at? Because that's too nice for Cleveland. So they'll have an ice skating rink. Oh, it's removable. But one thing about renderings, boy, you can just imagine anything in a rendering, boy. Like this takes me back to like all the different renderings that we have for like Like, because we've been gone since 2021. So this year will mark 4 years not being on 1010 Excel, even though people still think I'm on 1010. We had to have like 3 years worth of renderings before that, if I remember correctly. So like one thing about renderings, boy, they're gonna render. You can imagine whatever you want to imagine, but that's too nice for Cleveland. That ain't happening.
You said it's too nice. They don't deserve it, or that's not happening. Which one?
It's both. They don't deserve it. It's not happening. Like, and it's. I remember. I've gone there. I went to 2017 when the Jags played when we went on our run. I had a very nice like sports weekend. Like that's when I started realizing, like, yo, I do some fly shit. I went. That's when I almost got in a fight with Maverick. At the Cavs game for taking a picture of LeBron. So I was courtside to the Cavs. I was at the Jags game. You know, we was in the press box and on the field and everything that with that. And then I was on front row at the Jay-Z concert, the 444 concert in Cleveland. So it was crazy weekend. And it flurried and the snow was disrespectful. But like all I remember is the river looks like runny diarrhea, like a river of diarrhea. And I said, like, man, if I ever fell into that river, like, just burn me, because I won't be the same if you get in that water. So like, I just don't. I think they call it the Fortress of Misery, or something like that is what they call the stadium, and that doesn't look miserable. Like that looks like you'll be okay with losing, and I don't need that for the Browns. I need them to be upset with life. So that's what I need to happen.
Next, we're going to transition into the NFC North with the Vikings. There's been a lot of speculation with Aaron Rodgers possibly signing with the Steelers and the Vikings. Those are two teams that have been in the mix per sports Twitter and articles. So the Vikings have rejected multiple trade calls on J.J. McCarthy, telling other teams they're moving forward with him as their quarterback. The team plans to add a veteran, though, but they're not pursuing Aaron Rodgers at this time. McCarthy now enters the offseason as QB1, and this was around 8 a.m. this morning per Tom Pelissero. And James, what veteran do you think the Vikings are going to pick up to accompany J.J. McCarthy in that quarterback?
There's only one veteran that you can bring in that even if he is better than the guy that you have, you feel comfortable because the narrative has said, and he's such a good person that he'll just take that kid and mentor him. And that's James. That's James. Like, there's nobody fights for J.J. McCarthy except for the fucking Vikings. He was ass. Like, this is. They should have just stayed with where they had. They should have stayed. They should have went ahead and paid him. Like, what are you doing? Nobody wakes up and says, you know what? I want J.J. McCarthy. I'm gonna place my future in J.J. McCarthy's hands. What the hell is wrong? Like, it bothers me because this is what people say. If you are so smart, then why won't you be a GM? This is why everybody believes that they can be a GM. You got the Bengals over there. Their GM's acting like an 8-year-old with Madden, paying 3 players over damn near 50% of your salary cap money. Not mad. Those 3 players are really, really good, but that's just not fiscally responsible. And then you got this guy over here. You got the Giants GM putting his future. We already know the Giants. They fucked themselves. And then you got the Vikings guy. Like, this is why people believe that they can do your job. Because you don't do your job very well. Like, I got to be in that meeting where they convince themselves that this is the direction in which they want their franchise to go. Because what stinks is it's not just the GM. It's the assistant GM. It's the scouts. It's a head coach. A whole bunch of people have put their future into this kid. I'm sorry to be harsh on you, but there's nothing that you saw in college that made you say, J.J. McCarthy is the future. And there's nothing that you have seen like it. I still don't know why you drafted that guy, especially in the first round. And you won without him. Shouldn't that be further proof that you don't need this guy? That he was not the missing link? Your first round pick is supposed to be something that, we really need this to enhance us. You did not play this kid and you got better. That is wild. Meanwhile, you got a guy who got a gift at receiver, a blessing at receiver that you're going to continue to fuck up people's. I'm not drafting that motherfucker in fantasy. You guys have ruined that for me.
I was watching Get Up on Monday, and I got a trivia question for you, James. So I did not know this before they revealed the answer, but what are the only 2 NFL teams that have drafted 1 quarterback in the first round?
The only 2 that right now that have currently.
So throughout the merger, since 1970, there's been 2 teams that have drafted a quarterback in the first round once. What are those 2 teams?
Well, the Vikings is probably one of them.
Patriots?
Cowboys?
All right, Cowboys is one of them. Troy Aikman was that quarterback.
Yeah, because I'm going back thinking of it. Like they haven't picked anybody else. The quarterback from that they got from Georgia was a second round pick, if I remember correctly. And then they had a string of other guys that came in. I'm trying to think. The Vikings, they had Vic. They've had 2, so it's not them. The Jags, we've had 2. Actually 3, if I remember correctly. But we're AFC though. Patriots, yeah, because they had Tom Brady.
That's what I was guessing.
Drew Bledsoe was the first round. You said since the merger, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so Drew Bledsoe was the first round pick. Giants have had numerous ones. Jets too. Bills. Green Bay. I don't know. I'm out now. I'm tired.
All right. So the team that's only drafted 1 quarterback in the first round since the merger. The only 2 teams that have drafted a quarterback in the first round since the merger are Dallas Cowboys, Troy Aikman, like you said, and the New Orleans Saints with Archie Manning, 1970. So I thought that was a good.
No way.
That's a good one.
You're right. Drew wasn't drafted.
Right.
So that takes up. So yeah, they haven't had a first rounder since then, because he did that. And I'm trying to think who was before that. Yeah, good stuff. That is definitely a tough question.
Yeah, so shout out the Get Up show on ESPN. They asked that question, and yeah, I did not know the answer as well, but yep, Archie Manning and Troy Aikman were the only 2 first round quarterback picks by the Saints and the Cowboys. Speaking of the Cowboys, the Twitter finger god himself, Michael Parsons, and the Cowboys had no meaningful contract discussions. I know this is amidst the whole DeMarcus Lawrence situation, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be Michael Parsons' last deal on his rookie contract. So this obviously has to be some negotiation here because he is a high valuable asset for a defense, especially for the Cowboys defense. So James, I know where your train of thought, I can take a guess on where your train of thought is going to go with this, but do you see Michael Parsons leaving the Cowboys in hopes of getting that bigger contract on a more successful team? Or do you think he is going to try and rally up the Cowboys and be that franchise player that will stay for 10, 15 years like a Brandon Graham?
I think they're going to get it worked out, but I think this is why you shut the fuck up and stop trying to have fidelity or loyalty to a team, to a league that doesn't have it for you. That's why free agency is what it is. I mean, if Jerry wanted you, this would be done. So I think he's too much of a talent to allow to leave and walk away. But at the same time, this is why you don't fight people who are on the same level as you. Never punch. I always tell people I don't punch down or to the side. I punch up. So you should have punched up.
Speaking of not being able to hold your tongue, we got some news out of the AFC North again with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I don't know how the people will react to this one, but Steelers kick returner Cordero Patterson is upset that the team only posted a happy birthday message on their Instagram story and not a post on their page.
Wow.
Quote, Cordero said, "Damn, I couldn't even get a post on this page. LOL. Y'all know something I don't?" Unquote. And the caption says, "Patterson deserves better." James, do you think he is overreacting and he's just lip jacking at this point, just saying too much, complaining too much, running to the social media accounts?
I'm looking at. Oh, you know what? Nah. He's got a point. I hate when they have a point. Do you have your IG? Anybody have their IG up real quick?
I can pull it up.
Let's just go look at if you go look at the Steelers IG page, and you got to know how I feel about a certain position group on every football group, and you'll see. Let me make sure how as recent as 3 days ago. There you go. Scroll down. So we got signed. That's fine. Signed. That's news. Signed. Whatever. Okay. Oh. We got a happy birthday here. Chris Boswell. Who is Chris Boswell? Go ahead and push over real quick. So it's two pictures on that. Did they wish the kicker happy birthday? Yeah, I would feel some kind of way. I'm just being honest with you. Now, Mike Tomlin got a happy birthday too. But I would feel a certain type of way. If the kicker get a happy birthday, and what's crazy is it's not like a lot of energy on IG to do. Like you do the same thing. Like when you push the little plus button on IG, and it says post, story, reel, or live. So when you push post, you just click the picture. But if you push story, you still got to click a picture. Actually, you have to do a little bit more for a story than you do for a post. So you should kind of feel honored, but at the same time, that story, that post is gonna be there for all time. But just saying, man, you gotta don't just put me where it disappears. Don't give me side chick energy. Either you gonna post me or you not gonna post me. But I don't think it's the teams. They don't have to post you, but whatever. Kudos to them. Kudos to him. But he has a right to be picked. If you put a kicker up there, you damn sure better put my ass up there.
He's had a long career. He's
a good kicker, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. They ain't just putting no schmuck up there. But still, he's a kicker. Kickers aren't people.
Now to recap and to finalize the NFL segment for today, we got this video of Jaden Daniels clowning Malik Neighbors and Bryant Thomas Jr. for not making the playoffs. If you guys didn't know, they all went to LSU together. So this is all jokes at the end of the day. I found this video hilarious because of Bryant Thomas Jr.'s reaction. So let us know what you think in the chat.
That's the house?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah.
It might be me wanting it to be me to feel like I was somewhere where they was at.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but enjoy this video, y'all, and let us know what you think in the chat and if Jaden Daniels was green for his response. Hey, nice meeting y'all, boys.
So you know, I see. Yeah, thank you.
You think he's still more money? This is funny. I got this. That motherfucker has Louis V. Everything.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the people don't know. The Louis shit you wear costs a lot of money, bro. It's expensive, bro. Like real expensive, bro. Like I know what shit goes for, bro. You wear expensive shit, bro.
Bro got deal with Louis. Sponsor Louis.
Bro, it was like, all right, Pete. So it was like Louis sponsorship. Playoffs, I was like, fuck. Wore Louis the first game, wear the second game.
Yeah.
Won the
But
second
you know
game.
how much a full Louis fit costs?
That's why, bro. That's why. Full Louis. But mind you. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this because I'm gonna get them playoff shows.
Okay, so it's free.
They didn't get that shit.
Okay, that's crazy.
Niggas bragging because they made the
Yo,
playoffs.
mic drop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
The playoffs. You lying like shit, boy. You know you ought to be. I wanted to go home. Yeah.
All right, Jason.
My man said he didn't want. Neighbors said the thing that you don't want to ever hear your players say, even though he's keeping it a buck. You know, that's a long ass season, man. What people don't realize, like, that's a long ass season. And he said, "I just wanted to go home," but like, you don't want to hear that. And then Brian Thomas, like, said, he bragged. You damn right he bragged because he did something that only a few teams did. Like, your ass was. Never mind. I like BTJ. I'm not going to judge BTJ off of that. That didn't help. That's not helping me right now. Like, I'm fighting for you, dog. Like, you're the bright spot. I need you to be ready to brag because you made the playoffs. These youngsters.
Yeah, it's different when your homeboy and your former quarterback says it. You're gonna hit a little different, gonna tug the heart a little bit harder. But that concludes our NFL segment. So we'd like to cap off our show with the Big Games B.S. segment, where we kind of bring the scope of the conversation outside of football for a bit, talk about some popular culture news, some other sports topics as well. And James, you sent this picture to me. I don't know if you wanted me to share this so we can do your ranking with this.
No,
But
let's do this, man. Listen, them women pay good money for their asses, and they need to be ranked. Some of these people I don't know, so I kind of need your help on this. I just assume you would know who some of these people are. I know who number 16 is.
So I don't know who that is.
She's a comedian slash. She's a comedian slash.
Oh, okay. I know who that is. Okay.
Like, I think she's beautiful, but she has a unique look. Because she's mad dark, like mad dark. And but what I do know is that she doesn't have a BBL, so that's not fair. Like, that's all God given and cornbread. Now she's had stomach, like, you know, she had a little lipo to get that. I don't think she had that, but Young Miami, I can already tell you who the upset. That's going to be an upset. I don't like Young Miami. You know who I like? I like old Miami. I like Miami. Young Miami's mama. She bad. Give me that's the bad one. I thought, if you got your BBL taken out, do you deserve to be on this list? Because didn't Jordan Woods get her thing taken out, snatched out, or something like that? I think Summer Walker the little baby that says she don't bathe every day. Oh, that's tough. Well, I bet that's a terrible combination to have a BBL and not wash. I'm going there. Who's who's Jada Waiter?
I'll pull up a picture. That's one of Lil Baby's baby mamas. I'll pull up a picture of her for you.
Jocelyn, the old broad that be fighting everybody, right?
Yep.
I know who Bernice Burgos is. Okay, Bernice is winning that one. Kim K got rid of her shit. Drea's getting that one. Like, nah. See, this isn't fair. This is where the seating is messed up.
That's Jada Waiter.
Do they not have packages where you can get the thighs to match? Okay, so Sweetie's better anyway. So okay, so cool. That made that one real easy. So I'm gonna go with me. This is my list. 16, Janice Hart is automatically going. She's advancing in a blowout that nobody expected. In an upset blowout. Summer Walker, even though she don't bathe every day, she better than Jordan Woods to me. Sweetie, better than Jada Waiter. Bernice Burgos, how you say her name. I'm going with her. Why is Kim Kardashian in this list? I didn't think she was attractive with the BBL. I don't understand it, but I know, as my guy told me, it's an energy sometimes. But we're going to go with Drea. Why is Cardi B and Lotto going up against each other? This is just not right. This is violence. They deserve to meet each other in later rounds. Got to skip that one. I got to pray on that one. Wait a minute. Why is 7 and 6? This is dope. JT, okay, I can get with it. I've never liked Nicki Minaj's body. She looks like one of them creatures from the movie Ants. So we're gonna go JT. But Ari, that's the Ari with the in Leno or something like that, with the L word. Is that who that's supposed to be?
Oh no. I'll pull up a picture. This is I don't know her last name, but she G Herbo's baby's mom. Baby.
Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. You only got to pull it up. That automatically disqualified. If I only know her because she's somebody's baby mama, she's disqualified. SZA has talent. SZA's the singer, right? The one with Kendrick Lamar, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Oh, she's the one that made the song hit different?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. All right, SZA's over. Montre says she looked like Thomas the Train. I don't want any woman around me that
She
looks
does.
like
She does. Yeah, she does.
all right, pull it up. I gotta see this.
There's
no way she's looking like that. And then you got it ain't just about the ass, dog. You gotta have facial, right? Facial features or something. Ain't nothing sexy about Tom. Oh my god. Isn't she one of them chicks that's got a podcast or something?
I don't think so, no.
Yo, her face is mad interesting. Like that picture to the right with the Revolt TV one, that's just not a great angle. I would think she was fat. Well, this is what's going to be scary.
They should have had Ari Lennox on it.
That's who I was thinking. It was Ari Lennox, and I was like, I didn't know she had a BBL.
She doesn't have a BBL.
Oh, hers is natural? Wow.
But I don't know. I'm just saying. It feels more natural. But like, I don't even want to see what this chick is built like. Fuck that. Like, yeah, we're not. She's not. She ain't on SZA's level. I gotta go. Damn, dog, because I'm an unapologetic Cardi B fan. But Big Lotto, man, sheesh. I gotta go with Lotto, man. That's not fair. That I feel bad. That's a bad draw right there. That's when you're in the tournament and you see what you got, you know what you're up against, and like there's no winner in this one. That's just not good. But like, but I'm gonna go. So we got Lotto. Oh, so JT versus SZA at the bottom. I'm sorry, there will not be any. What the bitch's name was? Not Hot Girls. No, there'll be no City Girls advancing past the second round. So SZA is going to the third round. Lotto. So it'll be SZA, Lotto. Sweetie, scroll up. Sweetie's going up against. Sweetie's beating Bernice. Sweetie versus Janice Hart. I'm sorry, Janice is going on to the finals for me. Damn. I got Lotto versus SZA. I like Lotto. I'm going with Lotto. And so I gotta fit. That gets me to the finals, right, Jaden?
Yeah, Lotto versus Janice.
All right, let's do this. All right, I got to get a refresher here. All right, let's go. Pull up a picture of Lotto for me. Like we need the whole thing. Like so, this is for research purposes. Need the whole. Yeah. If we can make this, because I am. All right. So if you don't know who Janice is the one who was in the bed with Lou Young, and she said like she was talking about how again. I've been a fan of Janice for a minute. Like she's like Janice, if you would please just do a full bags podcast. I don't want to get in the bed with you at all. I'm terrified. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't like when she's in the gym, so her face ain't all the way there. She's in the gym. Now, this is a little bit more natural looking here. I like that. Is Lotto the one who was beefing with the retarded chick? That's from like the girl who what's it, Ice Spice?
Yeah, they had a little social media beef instance
because it looked like Ice Spice was like I know she lost the battle because she lost her ass, and then Lotto's ass got bigger. So I don't know if that's how female beefs work. Now, like if you lose, you got to give up your booty. I don't know how that works, but okay, I'm not bad at this. All right, give me my girl Janice. And PG, just make sure we find the right picture of Janice, like because she's active on she's active on her fan sites, so I don't want any of those to demonetize me. This is a family friendly show, and your mom's watching, Jaden, so we want to make sure we don't offend mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up her Instagram. Give me 1 second. Did she got an Instagram? She probably got an Instagram. Yeah, she probably got an Instagram.
She's got a couple of them because like she's really trying to push her comedy more. And she's funny like your homegirl funny. But it's like if you know your homegirl's a true eater. And like cause she's kind of goofy with it a little bit too. Like, and she aggressive. And you think you want aggressive until aggressive really just gets you. All right, see. I already see what you about to put up here.
Oh, that's not good.
No, put that up.
Okay.
From what it's looking like right here, I enjoy what I'm looking at. But again, I'm biased. What comments help me out? I like my women seared too, so that's another. There's a bias here. But Lotto's Spanish, right? Or she just light skinned?
No, she just light skinned. That's why her name is Lotto.
Okay, all right. So then, cool. So you see, if Lotto, again, I might be being biased because if you would have said Lotto's light skinned, I mean, she's Spanish, I would give her a play because I clearly I like Spanish or Caribbean women. I all my problems in life have come from just regular light skinned women. Even though I do think Janice would be a problem. she looks like child support and bankruptcy in my life. I would go, oh man, guys, fellas, or even ladies, y'all can everybody can appreciate this. Who y'all going with? Are you going with 16, the upset of the century with Janice Hart, or are we going with Lotto? Because this is a good battle here. There was some matchups that did need to happen, and there was a couple of them that were just an easy draw. I'm going with Miss Hart. My heart is with Miss Hart. But if people pick Lotto, Big Lotto, I ain't mad at picking Big Lotto.
Who you going with, Miles? Who you picking out of this list?
Janice Hart out of those two for sure. I had to go through the whole list. Who's Drea? Because I was looking at
the Predator.
Drea's the Predator. She's the girl that's my age that got the basketball boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't really give her too much because she's a terrible person.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know she's a terrible person because she preys on young boys. It's like she's doing what a lot of these women. Look, I hope Janice doesn't do this. They go. That's not somebody put older women like young men because they weren't alive during their whore phase. And that's what Drea is literally the embodiment of that.
If not, yeah, it got to be Janice. Janice got to win it all. If we're talking booty alone, we're just talking about the BBL. It got to be.
Now, if
But
I would have picked Cardi B in that 11-6 matchup, I probably would walk out with Cardi B on this one. But that's tough. That's just the way the games work. Styles make fights.
facts.
I'm going with Janice. That's where my heart is. So, but well, I can't be mad at anybody for picking Lotto. Honorable mention: if SZA would have probably had a better draw, she would have been up there, man. Summer Walker didn't stand a chance because again, anytime I little salmonella, little tilapia, I just can't be with somebody who just brags about like that's an article. There's articles out there about her talking about not bathing every day, and I just can't get jiggy with that. I don't care what anybody says. Fellas, if she ain't got no wash rag, that's why again, so that's really my biggest fear with white women is y'all don't bathe every day and y'all don't use wash rags, from what I understand. So like it's just scary out here. Like you gotta have just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's a good list, Twitter. That's a good fun one for the summer. I do think Jaden kind of skewed it because we had a sundress going up against workout tights. So I don't really know. I think again that might have, because that thing and then the way it was just hugging her. Yeah. Jada Wade, like these, I don't. The other part of it, I think you should be penalized if you're under 25 and you have a BBL. Really, I would push under 30. Actually, let me say that before I figure out. Does Janice really have a BBL? Before I be going hard on my baby. And how old is she? She got to be.
True.
She got to be up there a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, she's 30. All right, yeah, she's 30. So she knows how to use her vagina right now. All right. Does she have a BBL? Is the question. I've never seen her brag about it.
What's understood doesn't have to be spoken.
She's the new generation's Jada Fire.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what she yeah. She's definitely that. I ain't trying to do all that. I don't want to hear about no body positivity. And the only time I have a leg was when I broke my leg. Okay, yep. She said she has never had anything done to her bottom.
Wow.
Cap.
She said the only time she has laid on the table was when she broke her leg. Is that how they get your thighs to match? By breaking your thigh? I don't know. But if you're under 25 and you've had, like, did you even try? Because you still haven't hit your grown woman weight. And so what happens is when that grown woman weight get on you, like that's why I really got to get my bread up, because I already see the wave coming in 10 to 15 years. It's going to be a lot of people having to get this shit dug up out of them. Like it's going to be reverse BBL centers. Or like surgery is going to need, like, I just want to be there to either have the transport system to get them from the DR back, or have the centers for them to be able to recover and rehab, because like we don't even be looking at all. Just there's two things that I've never not seen be happy or in committed relationships: fat women and really, really skinny women. Like all this body dysmorphia that a lot of people going through, y'all don't need to do this to your bodies, man. There is somebody willing to love your dirty draws. You just might need to just change your approach. You gotta be good on the inside. But that's free game by big game. But anyway, all right. So we got that. That was good. That was a good one right there. Like that was fun. Way less disrespectful than the Philadelphia Eagles top 10 list.
Yeah, they don't even respect McNabb enough.
Facts. That concludes our, if you will, Arch Madness bracket. So, yeah,
I like that, Arch Madness.
That concludes our Arch Madness bracket. I don't know who I would have picked. I probably just would have gone with Lotto, but she's 26, James, like you were saying, so she's still young. Still young, yeah.
I'm going back with Drea. I like something about her.
Oh
evil.
my God, Miles, come on, bro.
Sutton, she's like a
We know she
siren.
knows what to do. We know she knows what to do and how to get one. But she's a terrible person, man.
Yeah, she'd be Medusa or something. She looks evil, but it's doing something for me.
You know, it looks. This man, I mean, this woman had her son, who's the same age as her baby daddy, like come into a basketball game to watch a stepfather. That is pure. She gives no fucks about anybody's son, including her own.
Like Will Smith wife, right?
Oh, definitely. We all know, but we all know Jada's a terrible person. She fucking ghosts.
So we got.
You know what's wild? Somebody did say something about Tupac, right? And why Tupac came out of jail. They didn't suggest, outside of molestation, but they said that all Tupac needed was somebody to put up $1 million for his bail, right? And nobody did it. This man had just did movies. Nobody thought him good enough to like put up bail for his movie, but put up bail for him. Not even Jada Pinkett, who actually was more at a more like trending up in that way. She wouldn't even put up the bail. And as much as she talks about how much she loved Pop, she let Pop be in Clint Max.
Yeah, there's something iffy about that because he was a good actor, but yeah, that is weird.
Like, and the only person who would do it was Suge Knight. So I don't want to hear this shit about like that's what I love Tupac, bitch. You let Tupac get pumped in jail, man. If you loved him, you would have put that $1 million up. But you knew he wasn't with you. He was with not Barry Gordy, Quincy Jones's daughter at the time. So and Quincy Jones's and Quincy Jones. It was probably sharing his ass, little family flop. But
yeah, probably.
You know, Quincy was known gay, and again, Pac was. You know, we seen Pac. The Pac went from being a sassified sissy at 17 to thug life at 18. Like that shit doesn't work. It only works in movies, which he was a great actor. But I ain't for the not getting on y'all gay favorite rapper. He's a good rapper. I like his music. He has some very good happy songs. But like that's good goon songs. But like the boy like boys. I mean that it's not a disability.
Next, we got this clip from Jess Hilarious, man. So if you guys didn't know, she is a co-host on the Breakfast Club. She filled in for Angela Yee. Obviously,
she wasn't on the BBO. She should be mad that she wasn't on Arch Madness.
Oh, I didn't even know.
She's very open because they have much. Surgery's done her right. Like she's a lot better looking with surgery. So good for her.
And she made this video about the Breakfast Club and how shady they handle business because they had a new co-host, Lauren LaRosa. She was filling in for Jess while Jess was on maternity leave. And there has been some talks in discussions about Lauren LaRosa taking one of Jess's segments and using it as her own for the show. And this was Jess's response to the overall beef and lack of clarity between the Breakfast Club, and she even called out Charlemagne. So please enjoy this video and let us know what you think of this response.
We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. How about y'all
clear
some of this shit up for y'all?
Like, yeah,
It's
okay.
ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school.
She said it's ran like a high
It
school.
is. Fair East Side High.
Yeah,
That's
she
that
said it's
false-
ran like a high
She
school.
gave no specifics. It's just a woman scoring right now. Like,
Oh, I just want to preface this. She had like a 15-minute
I'm
Instagram
not watching.
live.
oh,
So this
okay,
is
I
just
see
a
that.
clip of it. Yeah, this is just a clip of it. So yeah, it's just.
Gotcha.
So when you do look at her clipping, for anybody who wants to go listen to that, I've never listened to 15 minutes of Just Hilarious. Her voice is a little too harsh for me. I like her. I respect her work ethic though. I don't believe any of this because remember when she first got the job and they made it seem like, you know, they did it, and then Charlamagne, everything's a rollout. That was about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, if she's on the show, you want to know the truth? And this is where Jess should really just be more introspective, I think is the word. Because she even brings this up. Because they talked about it on the Breakfast Club. Lauren is better at that particular thing that they do.
Yeah,
if you actually listen to the, like,
she's
Lauren,
much better. Yeah, she's much
Lauren
better.
has facts, does research, like does a lot. She's like, this is where I think sometimes, like again, because I don't really believe. I think this is all entertainment and all acting. Because like Lauren's a different type of pretty. She's very educated. She speaks well. Just said nobody cared about me reading well until Lauren came along. I said, yo, that is not. I know I pray I didn't hear her just say that shit. I pray that's not what she said. Nobody basically said nobody had a problem with me not being smart until Lauren came on and was being smart. I'm like, yo, this isn't like, you know, and it just sometimes it's not about hard work, it's about right fit and who's fucking better. And Lauren is better at that part. Maybe they are putting them together. I don't know. Like, I do know this. It's done wonders for her career as far as getting her put up there. I also know that Ricky Smiley, everybody has the same format. Most of them use male comedians. The Breakfast Club is the only one that uses female comedians. And what it really looks like is Angela Lee did not leave the Breakfast Club per se. She still posts clips and does stuff for the Breakfast Club. She went and got another show.
Right.
Now, maybe she asked for one because she wanted more time, but Angela Yee ain't good at her job either, in my opinion. Let me rephrase. I shouldn't say not good at her job. I don't enjoy listening. That's why I don't listen to Angela Lee's show. I barely listen to the Breakfast Club. I just happen to be in the car and they do great interviews. And if I see it on IG, they do a good job. Like, anybody who says that Charlamagne's not good at his job is a fucking hater. And right. The thing is, you can't be the type of comedian that Jess is and have thick skin. And have thin skin. That's why I don't believe it. It can't be true. It's impossible to be true for her to feel the way that she's feeling, as rough as she is on people. So, yeah, I don't know.
Speaking of being rough on people, this is our concluding segment for today. And Kanye went on some Twitter rants, but this one is a little bit more, how can I say this, in tune with his past, and very surprising that he shared these tweets to the world before shortly deleting them. So here are the tweets that he posted and shortly deleted after. And this is regarding Beyonce and Jay-Z's children. Yikes, can't talk about the kids. So I'll read some of this for you. I'll paraphrase it. Quote, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're mentally challenged? No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having mentally challenged children is a choice. Next, he said, quote, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there's a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. I took it down like Down syndrome. Get it? Am I right? Am I right? F the world, real talk, F everybody. And then he posted this as well. I thought about killing myself at least once a month ever since my mama was killed in her surgery. I always blame myself. Then he said, this past 5 weeks have been the first time I haven't wanted to kill myself since my mama died. James, what do you think of the Beyonce and Jay-Z kids remarks? I know speaking on kids is taboo. So do you think there's a new Kanye West rollout coming right now?
I hope Jay-Z smacks him. Give him a Will Smith.
Like, who was it that just posted something about it? Like Jay-Z is now in a place where he doesn't have to play games with everybody. Like, he is truly powerful. Like, he could be everything that everybody says he wants to be. And he did it first with this lawyer. But it's a special type of attention that you want when you go after somebody's children. That's what I believe. And I think, Kanye, one, we've seen the pictures of his kids. I can tell you right now, that even though Down syndrome seems to be changing, have you seen the video of the girl with the ass that's got Down syndrome?
Yep.
Yeah, that's AI. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
AI, okay. Because I'm about to say, there's been a lot of Down syndrome girls that they keep putting up here that look like, if you on a right night, a couple tequilas, you might be down. His kids don't look like Down syndrome has different specific traits. And his kid, what I do think is that this son is autistic, and when they say he doesn't like loud noises, like to be around crowds like that. And there are people like that. Hell, to be honest with you, Jay-Z is a noted introverted extrovert. He's only comfortable when he's performing. He doesn't like being out there in the midst of everything. So and he's a genius with certain things, which he probably has a version of Asperger's. So I mean, it wouldn't be out of the realm. But like, even if all of that's true, what does that got to do with the ocean being blue? Kanye is addicted to a drug that, if we're being honest, is the most potent drug and is stronger than fentanyl, and that's attention. So the only way to get people off of that is to starve them of what it is that they're seeking. So stop giving them attention. Kanye is an incredible genius. He's dope, but I'm like, just you gotta ignore him. He's gonna say something. He's gonna say the most random and outlandish things to be able to get on part. Like, again, like now all of a sudden he don't like Kendrick. It's just use him for what he's worth, and then just kind of move on from there. But it's sad. I was still listening to College Dropout. He's very, very good at what he does, but it's amazing that Jay-Z's all these things now, but he was none of those things when he put you on and made you who you were. So, but hey, who needs friends when you have enemies like that?
That concludes the topics I had for the show today, James, that we had for the fans. So any last words before we wrap this up?
No, that's it, man. I hope everybody's enjoying their spring break in their time, man. Can't wait to get back home and finally get to do some stuff with everybody and look for more things coming out for sports. And please like the page. Please subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Trying to grow everything and go for that without having to manufacture anything.
All right. So appreciate you guys for tuning into today's episode. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on our socials. Please hit our subscribe button on the road to 10,000 subs. So make sure to stay active on our social medias. Got a lot of good things coming out, a lot of great content for you all, for the fans, and appreciate y'all for tuning in. And we will see you guys on Friday.